Welcome to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. It is the Queens of the Court women's tournament here today. I'm Andrew Garrison. Alongside me is Zach Browning. And Zach, we have 4 more hours of playoff basketball before we know which 2 teams will be playing for the women's championship on Thursday, of course, alongside the men's championship. What are you most looking forward to in this first game? It's Indy Black Professionals and Pace.
Well, this is a matchup we saw not too long ago, Andrew. It was just a couple of weeks ago these 2 teams faced off. It was Indy Black Professionals that got the better of Pace in that one. But it was a tight one. I'm interested to see that matchup between these 2 star players, Jessie Key and Portia Green, 2 of the top players we have at the City League.
It'll be Ariel Ford for Pace and Jenna Sullivan at the center circle for the tip, and it is won by Indy Black Professionals. And here's a quick 3 from Williams that airballs and effectively falls out of bounds as it reverses to Pace. And Key will take a jumper and start off the scoring here tonight. Who else? It's Jessie Key.
And it's also interesting to note, Portia Green starting this game on the bench a little bit late to show up this afternoon. So we'll see if Indy Black Professionals can survive without her on the court. She is their leading scorer.
And quickly early on, Pace getting to a quicker start. Unfortunately, can't connect on that 3 from Sarah Lawson, but Key is there for the second chance opportunity. She has the first 4 of the game. Sullivan, a response, right wing triple is golden. And now you can tell that playoff basketball is on.
And that's what makes this Indy Black Professionals team so dangerous. Not only do they have Portia Green, but if Jenna Sullivan can get going from behind the 3-point line today, they could make a run to that championship game.
Here's Pace seeking a response and a whistle on the way to the rim for Autumn Rucker. And it seems that Pace will inbound from the sideline. Key inbounds, Autumn Rucker, 21 points against Indy Black Professionals in that 5-point loss. That was 2 weeks ago, and here she is with the basketball. She works to the block, stumbles, loses it, Cyrus corrals it. Williams to Cyrus to Jamison. She knocks down a triple, and that looks like it will be 3. So it's 6-4, 2 minutes in here. Moten crashes to the glass. It'll fall out of bounds and head back towards Indy Black Professionals.
And this is what Pace can't afford. Yes, still early in this game, but you can't afford to lose the Portia Greenless minutes for Indy Black Professionals. If she's not on the floor, you have to take advantage. We saw 2 early buckets because Jessie Key was able to get the ball down low. That's got to be where the offense starts in the half court for Pace.
Here's Williams with it, working to the block. Off the glass and through is her shot, and Jessie Key only has the only points for Pace so far. Up comes Moten. Moten inside. Sarah Lawson can't connect. And Cyrus on the other end, quick transition feed from Williams. Great possession, and IBP is up 10-4. There's Lyon to Key on the right wing. Ford nearly lost it. And she pulls for a long 2. And that one will just slide off. Rebound to Sullivan. Stripped away by Ford. Ford is fouled on the way up. She'll head to the line for 2.
And Andrew, Ariel Ford is who we circled pregame when we were talking off air about who needs to step up and have a big game for Pace in this contest. There's not really any easy defensive matchup for Indy Black Professionals. Jenna Sullivan, yes, she might have the height and the size to be able to guard her, but she doesn't have that physicality that Ford brings, that interior presence down there. Sullivan likes to run around the perimeter, especially on the offensive end of the floor. So if Ariel Ford can kind of establish herself on the interior early in this game, maybe get the likes of Jenna Sullivan in foul trouble too, but also score some points, she might be the key to this matchup.
Absolutely. She had 14 last time out against this Indy Black Professionals team. 6 for 11 from the fields and made both of her free throws in that contest. Just 1 this time. Sullivan pulls from 3. Sullivan has had struggles recently from the three-point line. Moten works inside. Finds Rucker. And Rucker now racing downhill and is fouled on the way up. She will head to the line for 2 as well.
So far, Andrew, when Pace has had success in the half court offensively, it's come when they've got the ball into the paint. When Indy Black Professionals has done a good job defensively of keeping that ball outside the painted area, that's when Pace has struggled offensively. So when Pace can get that ball down low, whether it's Ariel Ford, whether it's Jessie Key on an offensive rebound, whether it's Autumn Rucker on the drive like we saw right there, when they can get that ball down low, and whether it's earning a trip to the free throw line or just scoring or getting second chance or third chance opportunities, that's the key to success for Pace against this Indy Black Professionals team.
It'll be Autumn Rucker here at the line, and she will connect on the second. So 2 for 4 on free throws so far for Pace. Bree Arnold now taking the ball up the floor. We still see Portia Green on the bench. Fortunately, her teammates have created a 4-point lead without her. Williams racing downhill, off the glass and through, and she's so good high to low.
That's such a great balance there from A.D. Williams to be able to maintain her footing as she drove to the paint there.
Key working in the lane, off the glass and through. So the only shots from the field that have gone through so far for Pace have been from Jessie Key.
And that was just a classic case of good defense and better offense.
Now IBP going cold. Moten to Rucker. Rucker, left wing triple, money. And Pace has cut it to a 1-point lead. And now in the backcourt, IBP losing control of it, but fortunately Bree Arnold grabs a handle. And she will pull from the left wing and air ball and apologize to her teammates as she steps back for defense. Portia Green checking into the game now, team captain for this Indy Black Professionals team and leading scorer as well.
Leading assister too. She's top 10 in the TCL in scoring and I believe second in as far as assists per game are concerned.
She had 13 in the game against Pace a few weeks ago. And she will defend Key in the lane for her first action of the game. It's kicked out to Telfair, who doesn't connect, but yet another offensive rebound is negated by Bree Arnold. Here's Cyrus at the top of the key, and Portia Green touches the basketball for the first time. Chelsea Jamison in the game as well, can't connect on a 3. Key, high to low, blowing by Arnold, off the glass and through. Jessie Key is taken over for Pace.
Exactly what she's done all season. She is the motor that makes this Pace team run.
Key has competed for multiple women's championship teams here at the City League, and if her team does make the run in the tournament and win, she will be the winningest women's player in City League history. Portia Green hits from outside, and this game is broken wide open as Portia Green steps on the floor. Moten's pass sails past Key, and Indy Black Professionals will have another opportunity with the basketball up 2.
This is kind of the start that we anticipated in the game we anticipate we're going to get this afternoon, Andrew. Back and forth, both teams making shots. For Pace, probably a little bit more perimeter oriented, for Indy Black Professionals, probably a little bit more perimeter oriented. Meanwhile, Pace looking to probably attack the basket a little bit more.
Arnold misfires. Telfair left wing. Feeds Bench. Turns around and lofts it over Arnold for 2. Now it's Green, left wing, to Williams. Williams off the glass and through, and we see some similar possessions back-to-back for both sides.
That's 2 times now Edie Williams has driven left and been able to finish not only through contact but over an outstretched arm of a defender. If I'm Pace and she continues to go left, you might have to force her. Now, she can use both hands for sure, but you might have to start forcing her the opposite direction just to show her a different look.
And that looked like a foul around the perimeter, and we will receive a whistle for Mackenzie Telfair. She'll have 3 foul shots on the way.
Fouls on Indy Black Professionals, number 23, Chelsea Jamison.
Well, Zach, this is the 3 seed in the tournament, Indy Black Professionals. They won the 3 seed over Be the Hands just this week in a win to really just determine filling that last spot of the 3 seed and the 4 seed in terms of the seeding of the tournament. We saw Girls Inc. forfeit earlier today. Horizon League advances as the 2 seed. And then after this, Circle City Talk and Be the Hands, the 4 and 5 seed, are going to be in another likely close and thrilling matchup. We've got a great day of tournament basketball ahead.
And it's tough for all these teams because no matter whether you're on the top half of the bracket or on the bottom half of the bracket, you're going to have to play one of the top 2 seeds. And Centier Bank and Horizon League have been in a league of their own for the better part of this season and this summer.
It's a great point. Those 1 and 2 seeds, there's no room for them to be upset before they have to take on the winner of this game. The winner of this one will take on Horizon League later today. Portia Green to A.D. Williams. And into Cyrus, and Cyrus will elevate over Key. Portia Green offensive rebounds. Green is in the corner. And Arnold is running out of time on the shot clock. Cyrus won't get a shot off. And it looks like a jump ball with 0.4 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
That's the key. Even if Indy Black Professionals wins this jump ball, they will just have 0.4 seconds. So it's got to be a tap to somebody in red and then an immediate shot.
It'll be Cyrus and Telfair. It's won by Arnold. She gets a shot up in 0.4 seconds. It doesn't fall, but great heads-up play. How about that?
You can't draw that one up any better.
And looks like an offensive foul on Pace. It'll head the other direction, and IBP will get a second chance regardless.
That's one of those where if you're Kelly Moten, the dribble handoff, I like the idea there. You just, if you're going to do that dribble handoff and you're going to run that set, you still have to be set. You can't be moving when you hand that ball off.
And Pace is going to steal it right back. Key handles it, and it will be a jump ball as Jamison got right in there. Chelsea Jamison, someone I consider supremely underrated on this squad as well for Indy Black Professionals.
Provides great perimeter shooting. That's something that this IBP team loves to do and needs.
She was 1 for 4 against Pace 3 weeks ago rather, but against Be the Hands was the leading scorer with over 20 points. And Bench takes a strong step forward and lofts the basketball through, so we're all knotted up at 17. And it will stay on this side as Portia Green ran out of room at the rim.
Into the game for Indy Black Professionals, number 11, Jenna Sullivan.
Jenna Sullivan back in the game for A.D. Williams, and she will commandeer the offense very quickly. Hands it off to Arnold. Arnold inside, and there's King, who also runs out of room. And it looks like a travel, actually, on IBP. So some great defense on that in those last 2 possessions there for Pace, and they're staying in it on that end of the floor.
We're seeing great defense all around from both teams on the perimeter and down low. I think whichever offense can kind of solve the puzzle of the opposing team's defense first will have the advantage.
So Pace will call a timeout here with 6:20 left to go in the first half. We're all knotted up at 17. As you just mentioned, great display of defense, and we're looking forward to the offenses emerging in the second half as we look to crown a winner. Welcome back to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. First half action on the way in the first game of the day in the women's tournament. Andrew Garrison and Zach Browning here with you. Benj is in the right corner. She feeds aerial forward. And she kicks it straight back out to Benj. Contact on that shot, and it does not fall. It's out of bounds on the other end, so Pace will get it right back.
And you saw in that last possession there on the other end of the floor, Ariel Ford, as soon as she got that ball down in the right block, she saw 2 or 3 Indy Black Professionals defenders converge on her. IBP is not going to let Ariel Ford play one-on-one down low.
Maria King intercepts the entry pass to Ariel Ford, and that is exactly the strategy you want to see employed by IBP. Portia Green draws back iron, and it's to Arnold on the left wing, who also can't connect, and we see Mackenzie Telfair a bit hobbled after a fall, and Sullivan also continues her struggles from 3. Telfair has the basketball, seems perfectly in good shape with the handle, and again Maria King with a great hustle play and steal opportunity. It's flying out of bounds and will stay with Pace, but how about Maria King?
Mariah King doing a great job there of just fighting around Ariel Ford there. She does a good job of battling for position, not ever relinquishing that deep post position that Ford wants.
And there's Bree Arnold enforcing a turnover as well, and it will stay with Indy Black Professionals. They'll have an opportunity to turn that turnover into points.
Substitution for Pace, number 22, Jesse Key.
Arnold inbounds to Green. Green's on the left wing, throws it back to Arnold, and Arnold wasn't looking at it. And that is a turnover in favor of Pace. Rucker misfires. Green rebounds. She seeks a redemption possession. This time the feed to Cyrus is successful, but the shot is not. And a beautiful move there. Again, no shot, no score for Sierra Spearman. And on the other end, it's Cyrus redeeming herself with the bucket and the foul.
Deja Cyrus, basket's good, and the foul.
Some hurried, sloppy basketball there those last couple possessions as we had multiple turnovers, multiple rush shots that couldn't quite go through the net. And it's 19-17 with a free throw on the way for Deja Cyrus. Cyrus connects and completes the three-point play. So it's 20-17 in favor of the higher-seeded Indy Black Professionals. Key hands it off to Rucker. Ford, again, swarmed before she can even reach the lane. Spearman now holds it. She seeks space. She finds it and airballs. Arnold feeds Cyrus. Cyrus, fadeaway jumper, not quite there. Spearman feeds Ford, this time one-on-one against King. Ford steps back, and you need that shot if you have the one-on-one opportunity. Green between the blocks, passes it off to King. It's popped into the air. Arnold now has an open 3. Close out from Spearman a little late, but the shot doesn't fall regardless. And the shooting struggles continue for both sides. Arnold works to the elbow. Back iron, rebound Key. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first half here, 20-17 Indy Black Professionals. Rucker is beckoning for it on the right wing. Key finds her. Rucker to beat the shot clock, lofts one up. It's off the backboard. That's a shot clock violation, but IBP, of course, had the rebound. And Portia Green is going to break the scoring drought for both sides to go up 5. Rucker against Green at the top of the key. Green reaches for it, and now it's Ford out of position at the top of the key. And she will rumble to the rim and loft a hook shot just too strong. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Cyrus to Sullivan. Sullivan to Arnolds. Good block there from Ford. Key goes coast to coast. She's stripped by Cyrus, and that looked like a foul call.
Yeah, right there, Andrew. The first defender that Jessie Key sees in transition there can't be at the basket. She has to get met by a defender earlier than that. She has to see a defender as soon as he crosses half court, at least at the three-point line, to kind of slow down her momentum, because if she's got that head of steam going to the basket like that, you're going to have to foul her or she's going to get an easy two.
Key will connect from the line. And this will be the last action of the first half. Remember, running clock here at the City League, 20-minute halves, and then at 4 minutes to go in the second half, we'll have an Elam-ending target score reach the scoreboard, and Key will hit twice. So a one-possession game heading into halftime. Indy Black Professionals leads 22-19 in the 3-6 matchup of the 7-team women's tournament. This is going to be a fun second half, Zach.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we were hoping for. We wanted a good game. That's exactly what we're getting, and we've got two teams that have a little bit different offensive approaches. I mentioned it. Pace wants to get that ball inside, maybe get to the free throw line. Indy Black Professionals more of a perimeter-oriented offense, but they want to, or they can pound the basketball inside if given the opportunity. But we should be in store for a fantastic second half to kick off day 2 of postseason basketball here at the Bonner Center.
Halfway through game number 1, we'll take a quick break before the second half comes your way. Stick with us at the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Welcome back to the City League live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Andrew Garrison here with you alongside Zach Browning. Second half action on the way. 22-19, Indy Black Professionals leads Pace. And this game will start with Key finding Moten, who feeds Ford. And Ford will charge Mariah King, and Indy Black Professionals has a strong start.
If you're going to play one-on-one defense against Aerial Ford like Mariah King did right there, that's how you got to play it. Putting her body on the line, drawing the charge, that's an excellent start to the second half.
And Mariah King on the other end knocks down a three. She has, in my opinion, been arguably the MVP for Indy Black Professionals so far. Forcing turnovers, taking charges, knocking down corner threes. And now Ford is around the perimeter and stripped by A.D. Williams. Williams runs out of room. Green nearly loses it as well. And feeds Cyrus, a great cut, and it's just unfortunate that Ford was the one guarding Cyrus there.
Great cut, great pass. Good job there by Portia Green to take what the defense is giving her. She came around that screen and saw a couple of green jerseys, so she pulled that ball back out and found the open teammate.
Court vision is incredible from Green and did a great job contesting that shot from Ford as well. And before you know it, it's 27-19, and IBP has the basketball. Green to Cyrus. Finds Jamison at the elbow. Jamison pulls just off the front of the rim. Rebound to Rucker. Rucker works her way to the block. It's out of bounds, and it will stay here.
That's great defense by Chelsea Jamison. She missed the shot on one end, but got back on defense on the other end. And she did a great job of showing her hands throughout that entire defensive possession. Really made Rucker have to shoot that one over her. Sometimes you see, well, a lot of times you see those defenders kind of bring their hands down and drop them in those situations. That's where they can get called for defensive fouls. But great job showing her hands there from Jamison.
Key works right to left and down the lane. Can't connect on the lay. Green's in the left corner. Finding Cyrus. Cyrus a long two. Rebounded by Moten. Moten pushing the pace for Pace. She works her way to the block, draws a foul and the bucket. And that's a way to jumpstart a comeback if you're Pace.
It's a good heads-up play there by Moten, too, because she recognizes that Pace has had a difficult time scoring in the half court against the set defense of Indy Black Professionals. So when given the opportunity, she's able to push the ball, push the tempo, get out and run before that defense can set up, and she's got a chance at three because of it.
And she will complete that three-point play. So it's a 5-point ball game now in the second half. Jamison navigates the ship. She will work to the block. Lofts a pass to where Maria King meets it. Arnold back inside to King. King flips it up and over Telfair. Mariah King is successful all over the floor on both ends of the floor right now.
I think it's interesting with Portia Green on the bench too. Indy Black Professionals going with Chelsea Jamison to run the offense kind of as that de facto point guard.
Key, yet another and one opportunity for Pace. And now they can cut it to 4 if she hits the free throw. And Pace will call a timeout to talk about it ahead of time. Key shooting 75% from the free throw line heading into this game today. 16 minutes left to go. We'll take a quick break and be right back at the return to action. Welcome back to the City League Live from Bonner Fitness and Learning Center. Thank you for sticking with us through that quick break for the timeout. Jesse Key has a free throw on the way. Zach Browning alongside me, Andrew Garrison. And Zach, what have you seen throughout the start of the second half that tells you that maybe Pace has a chance to come back and win this one, or Indy Black Professionals has a chance to run away with it?
Well, Indy Black Professionals, you have to love the start to the second half. That's got to be a positive sign moving forward. However, Pace has done a good job of turning up the defensive pressure like we see there.
And there is Telfair, unable to finish, but Key fights for it. Kicks it out to Moten. Moten, left wing triple, bullseye. It all works out in the end for Pace, and they've cut the lead to just 2.
I think Pace has been a little bit more physical than IBP these last couple of possessions as well on both ends of the floor.
Jamison loses control of it. Fortunately, it was tipped, and IBP will keep it. So Arnold is going to inbound. Portia Green just checked into the game. Jenna Sullivan did as well. So that changes the math offensively quite a bit.
2 more proven three-point shooters out there.
And the inbound was knocked away. They'll reset. Green has it left wing. Green working on Rucker. She's running out of time on the shot clock. She works to the block. And there is a foul call on the way up with 0.8 to go in the shot clock. Close call there, Zach.
Yeah, I think Moten came over and got it clean from the help side. It was Autumn Rucker that was the primary and initial defender. She is the one that's called for the foul. But I believe Moten probably had that clean coming over.
And Green will be short on the first free throw. So the best that she can do is cut the deficit to 1, and she does just that. Here comes Kelly Moten. 14 minutes to go in the second half. Key, left wing triple, bullseye, and Pace has tied it up, and we have a game once again, Zach. King pushing the pace for IBP. Green just crosses the timeline when she receives it and then launches a triple. Golden. There's a response, and she has plenty to say about it. Rucker is stripped. Green will push the pace. They don't quite have numbers. She launches yet another triple. That one rims out. Moten right wing now. And she will deliver from 3. Can't quite find the bottom of the net, and Jamison is tying her shoe on the other end. So this is 4 on 5. Jamison is caught up with the rest of the group. Green to King. King rumbles inside. She's fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line.
And I mentioned it a couple of moments ago, Andrew, how I thought Pace was being a little bit more aggressive. They were the aggressor during that stretch when they were able to come back and tie it. That's kind of flipped a little bit these last couple of possessions. Whichever team has been more aggressive getting downhill, whichever team has been more aggressive attacking the basket, that's the team that's had more success so far in this game. And right now, over the last 2-3 possessions, that's been Indy Black Professionals. That's why they're back out in front and looking to add on to their lead.
And that first free throw will go for King. But she misses on the second. It's rebounded by Telfair. Telfair to Moten. Well defended by Bree Arnolds, but Moten still will work her way to the block. And fortunately for IBP, Arnold able to prevent a good shot attempt, and now here's Green. Nearly had a fast break turnover. And a whistle on the floor, and it's going the other way. Did you see the call?
Shot clock violation is the call. That initial shot from Moten never hit the rim, so the shot clock never reset there, and then the officials are going to rule that Portia Green never had complete control and complete possession. So in their eyes, the possession never flipped, so the shot clock shouldn't have reset. in that instance. So a shot clock violation to call.
Certainly a compelling sequence of events there. Arnold inbounds, just over 11 minutes to go. Williams has it. And a jump ball will be called. Good clamp there from Telfair. So it's going to be Telfair and Williams. Pretty evenly matched in height here, Zach.
Yeah, and if you're planning on driving the basketball to the basket in this matchup, be prepared to face some contact. This is a physical game here in the second half.
And the way these three-point shots have been going, driving to the lane is becoming more and more critical to each team's success. Here's Arnold running out of room. She's fouled. That was Spearman, bringing about cause for the whistle.
Fouls on pace, number 23, Amani Washington, her first, team fourth.
Arnold into Green. Green to King down low, and King swings it up, and she receives a whistle and will head to the line once again.
See how long Jesse Key and Ariel Ford stay on the bench for pace. Right now, the deficit not too wide, but we'll see Jesse Key, Ariel Ford, two of the most important contributors for pace. We'll see how long they elect to stay on the bench.
It'll be interesting to see how strong they come off the bench with those rested legs, and what will probably be a close game, ready for the Elam ending. Could be one final push.
We see a couple of teams do it. I know Mambos love to do it on the men's side, kind of saving some legs for that Elam ending. So if you can kind of pull a player out at that 7, 8, 9 minute mark and then have them rest until the Elam ending, they can come in fresh for those final couple of possessions.
Here's Green finding King. Green in the corner. She works to the block. And now it's Williams, left wing three. Got it. Big shot for A.D. Williams.
Of course, we talk about that strategy of leaving Key and Ford on the bench for the time being, but you got to be able to stay attached when they're not on the floor. You can't let this game get out of hand.
Huge possession here as Benj backs down Sullivan, and Sullivan will knock it out of bounds.
Sullivan's been very disciplined defensively in this game, Andrew, whether it's been on Ford, whether it's been on Benj down low. She's been very disciplined defending on the interior, not jumping, not coming down with her arms, but staying straight up and playing strong defense.
And here's Ford from the corner. Can't hit from there either. Key closely defending Arnold. Williams now looks to blow by Spearman. It's knocked away by Ford. Ford nearly had it stolen from her as well, but she manages to push it up to Moten. Moten, Spearman, open three, rimming out. Key with an offensive rebound, and she draws a whistle, but you would have loved to have that shot back if you're Sierra Spearman.
Yeah, and that's what Jessie Key does. She gets her team's second, and in some cases, third chance opportunities. She comes into this game averaging 9.2 rebounds a contest, and that's good enough for second in the City League.
Into the game for Indy Black Professionals, 34, Deja Cyrus.
Spearman now will inbounds, and she will whip it to Benj, and Benj up under and off the mark is her shot, well defended by Sullivan. We're 3 minutes away from the target score being put into effect for the Elam ending. Jamison is fouled on the way down. Well, on the women's side especially, and really everywhere in the City League, the tournament's so difficult because it's a lose-lose situation no matter what seed you have. I mean, Indy Black Professionals had to fight against Be the Hands to get this 3 seed, and they're rewarded with a pace team that maybe has one win on the year, but is certainly putting up a close fight. And even if this game ends up easily being won by either one of these teams, that's a lot of energy you're pouring into this game that you may not have for the next one against an even tougher opponent.
And it's also difficult because those higher seeds have such an advantage with the fact that they have to play less games. If you're the top 2 seeds right now this afternoon, sent to your Bank and Horizon League, you're looking at only playing one game today, and that game will be in the next round. These 2 teams here, if they win, then they have to play another game against one of those top 2 seeds. So those top seeds really have an advantage.
Arnold in transition has it knocked away by Moten. And Key quickly ensures that everybody is safe and unharmed at the baseline. And to your point as well, Horizon League originally would have had a game at noon. Girls Inc. forfeited that one. And so Horizon League now has a bye and plenty of rest for this game. So no matter who you are, if you're playing in these first 2 games here in the first rounds, you're going to be at a distinct disadvantage in the next game. Jamison, big time right wing 3. She hits it, and she knows just how important that one was. A minute away from the Elam ending. Down 12 is Pace. Just 30 points on the board. Jamison knocks it away, grabs control of it, tight ropes the sideline, goes coast to coast and lays it in. A 5-0 run for Chelsea Jamison, and this team is up 14.
And that's about as good of a sequence as anyone has had in this game. Not only did she hit the 3, then she came down and D'd up Jessie Key and took it from her on that entry pass. And then she went down and scored coast to coast, a quick 5-0 run. And that could be a potential dagger for this IBP team.
Telfair bashes and bangs inside, draws a whistle. She'll head to the line, and this will more than likely be the last action before the Elam ending, as it's presumable that IBP will take a timeout after these free throws to put the target score into effect. And that one bounces 3 or 4 times and out for Mackenzie Telfair, and that's indicative of the whole effort here in the second half for Pace, just coming up short time after time, and it's adding up.
Andrew, I think if I remember correctly, they tied the game at 30 a handful of minutes ago, and since then, is this a 14-0 ongoing run for Indy Black Professionals? That's how you close out a game and send us to an Elam ending. That's how you get ready for an Elam ending.
And missing the free throws isn't going to help either. A timeout is called there by Indy Black Professionals, so target score will be put on the board. It will be 53. First team to reach that point is victorious here in the first playoff game of the women's tournament. And to your point there, Zach, I mean, you were just talking about how racing ahead to a lead right before the Elam ending is exactly how you close it out, because at this point, Indy Black Professionals is going to be 9 points away from victory, and on the other end, 23 points away is Pace. No matter how the teams are playing, that is a ridiculously uphill battle.
A 14-point head start in the Elam ending when you've got that target score on the board is something that I think every team in this tournament will take. But if you are Indy Black Professionals, you can't let off the gas. You want to finish this game as quick as you can, because, again, we talk about the fatigue factor. We saw it set in on the men's side of the tournament yesterday. Those teams that had to play 2, even 3 games yesterday on the men's side. The fatigue is a real thing. It does catch up to you. Yes, these are great and phenomenal athletes in great shape, but when you're playing as hard as they are out there, playing that second game and playing against a team that's not had to play a game yet today, it's difficult.
First possession of the Elam ending. Arnold finds Sullivan. Sullivan, corner 3. And that just shows how much one shot, one possession can completely change the math and the odds of a team coming back. But fortunately for Pace, she can't connect there, and Rucker puts some English on it and scores at the rim.
Of course, Andrew, you weren't here last night, but we did see on the men's side, Press Play Gaming Lounge came back from down near double figures at the beginning of the Elam ending. So anything can happen when you get to this untimed portion of the game.
Yeah, anything can happen when you're defending like that. How about another successful defensive stand from Pace, but unfortunately IBP gets it right back. And Green will draw a whistle on the way to the rim. But great point about, I was just going to prompt you about Press Play Gaming Lounge and NBA Math Hoops. NBA Math Hoops a top seed, one of those teams with the bye. And IBP is certainly in that category as well of kind of that short list of championship contenders. Although in a 17 tournament, I suppose everyone's really a championship contender.
And again, all it takes, especially since we're playing all of these games on one day, well, besides the championship, of course, which will be played next Thursday, but it just takes one player even to get hot on one of these teams. If Jenna Sullivan decides that she's going to shoot 70% from three today, good luck beating Indy Black Professionals. If we see Jessie Key, if she would have gone for 30 points in every game today and not missed a shot, good luck beating this Pace team. It just, anything can change in kind of these one-off winner-go-home games, especially if one player gets hot.
And this is out of bounds under the basket and back towards Pace. So aside from the one free throw, IBP has not yet scored in the Elam ending. Although I suppose only 2 points are on the board for Pace as well. So not much of an advantage so far, but Pace has the basketball with an opportunity to change just that.
And again, I think this game, if I remember correctly, the game was tied at 30. So this is a current 15-2 run that Indy Black Professionals is on.
And it will continue with that steal, and A.D. Williams cashing in from deep.
A.D. Williams.
And it is looking as grim as it can look for Pace as the ball bounces off the foot of Rucker. IBP will take it back, and they are 5 points away from victory.
I think we might get some full court pressure here from Pace as well. We'll see if it's more man-to-man or zone type of full court pressure.
Looks like man to me early on. Or perhaps not, actually.
Looked like it might have been some sort of half-court trap, but good job there by A.D. Williams to pick it up. And in a half-court trap situation, you don't want to actually cross the half-court line with the ball in your hands. You want to pass it across that line.
Williams works inside, glances it off the glass and off the mark. Key couldn't grab a handle of Moten's pass. It's intercepted by Jamison, and Key will be forced to foul her on the way.
See if they knock that one as an intentional foul. I think the officials on the far side are talking about it now. Will not be, just 1-1, so a common foul there.
1-1, an opportunity for Chelsea Jamison to put this team a three-pointer away from advancing. Again, the winner of this game will take on the 2 seed in Horizon League later in the day. I believe that game should be at 3 o'clock. Sentier Bank, the 1 seed, has a bye.
Horizon League effectively has a bye too, with Girls Inc. having to forfeit the game that was scheduled to kick off our festivities today at noon.
Absolutely, and Sentier Bank will take on the winner of our next game, Circle City Talk and Be the Hands. Should be a fun one there as well, as Jamison puts her team a bucket from around the arc away from victory, and that is how close Pace's season is to ending. Moten works inside, and she is fouled after a shot that just hits backboard. It's like Chelsea Jamison with the whistle, and she laughs to herself around midcourt.
Gotta hit your free throws here if you're Pace.
And Moten will not the first time. 50-32. Pace only had a win in a 20-point victory over Girls Inc. earlier in the season. Indy Black Professionals finishing the regular season with a few more wins, and Jenna Sullivan is going to gobble up the loose ball there. IBP a triple away. Jamison has it, and there's A.D. Williams for the game winner, left wing 3, just off the front of the rim. So Pace stays alive. Here comes Telfair, racing downhill, off the glass and through is her shot.
It's winning time.
And it is winning time. As City League founder Austin just declares. Here's Bree Arnold for that game winner, and this one will fall. Bree Arnold ends it. Indy Black Professionals wins 53-34. They advance to play Horizon League at 3 p.m. in the semifinals later today.
Yeah, that was a fantastic second half performance. I think the run ended up being 23-4 to close out that victory for Indy Black Professionals. And also importantly, late in that Elam ending, Mariah King, Portia Green, they got some rest because they're going to have a tough challenge against the Gosses and Horizon League coming up at 3 p.m. after already playing a game earlier today.
Next up is Callie Clark and Be the Hands versus Circle City Talk, led by Patty Shikamba. We'll take a quick break. We'll end this stream, create a new one in a moment, and that is where that second quarterfinal game will be.